We are out in the barn again for this Tales of Mountain Creek Ranch. I am here with our friend Brandy. She's my cohort in crime with Tales of Mountain Creek Ranch. And I am just so curious. I got a question for you. Out of all the horses that are out here at the ranch, which one's your favorite?
It's got to be Baymax. He's just so sweet and gentle, makes you feel safe when you're around him. And
he's one of mine too, I would say that. I can't imagine a life out here at the ranch without Baymax.
Yeah.
I know when I get to trail ride, I love to ride Baymax, but he's your dude too. You have confidence in Baymax.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What if I told you one day that Baymax was sold? What if I said Baymax wasn't going to be here anymore? What would you do?
It'd be a sad day.
Yeah, it would be sad.
Yeah.
And you'd have to find another horse. Mm-hmm. And there's a chance you would never fall in love with that horse like you love Baymax.
Right. Yep.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about those moments when you, as a leader, get hired into a new company and you are replacing the seasoned, loved, admired leader, and the team goes, "Who are you?" So we're going to talk about what can you do when you find yourself in that position. So what happens when you're replacing a beloved leader and you need to be able to build your own relationships and to be accepted by this new team? It's very, very hard. They are sad too because they loved the leader that they had before you. And so empathy is always your best friend. But I'm going to give you some steps that you can take as a leader that will help you inculcate into a culture and help you hopefully become the next beloved leader. I think one of the first steps is not to compete with the leader that was there before you. We're not trying to find a way to, in their eyes, put the other one down and lift you up. So one of the best things to do in the very beginning is acknowledge the beautiful contributions that that person made and how they helped this team get to the level that they're at today. So saying, you know what I love about what so-and-so did before me? They did this and this and this, and I absolutely love that. So those of you that follow us on YouTube know that I've told stories before about our youngest son who plays D1 football for a university. The coach that he has had for the years that he's been playing there left this year and went to a different university. And we brought in a new coach. Now, that's a hard transition in any situation if you liked your previous head coach, which he liked his previous head coach. But the new coach that came in had an amazing history. Our son actually had a relationship with him during his recruiting process, so he was super excited that this new coach was coming in. So he'd already kind of built that bridge and consequently decided not to go in the portal and decided to stay with his university because of the relationship that he was excited to build with his new coach. But one of the things the new coach did at a big press conference really epitomizes this point that I'm making. He knew that the previous coach that he was replacing was loved by some in the community, and he didn't want to compete with that. So he also knew that that coach's coach prior to him, which was actually his father-in-law, was a great coach, and that he had actually helped turn the culture of this university to become a football university. So he gave credit in his speech to the first coach and the second coach that helped turn this university into a football school. So he gave credit and then said something that's going to take me into my second point. And my second point is ensure consistency of some things that that previous leader did that you're going to continue on. So in the case of the coach, he said, I'd like to thank Coach Blank and Coach Blank for doing what they did to help turn this school into a football school. I am honored and excited to continue that and take it to the next level. So just to recap the first 2 points. The first point is give credit to the regime before you. Give credit to whoever you are replacing and say, man, I just think they did an amazing job at this, this, and this. Point 2, ensure consistency or continuation of what they were doing great, that you're not walking away from that, that you're going to continue that as well. So that's point 1 and point 2. But what's also incredibly important to remember is they're gone, and you got to make your mark. So I think what I loved the most about what this new head coach said in his press conference was he began to vision cast what it was going to be like under his leadership. And that's where the excitement started, because he had some great ideas. So point number 3 of what to do if I'm replacing a beloved leader is don't compete with that, but let us fall in love with what you're willing to do to create something new. So how are you going to take us from where we are, which is where that person left us off at? How are you going to take us even higher and better? And here's the kicker, can I see myself in that vision that you're casting? So it's not just what are you going to do, but me as a person on that team, how can I see myself in that vision that you as the new leader are going to help take me to? So those are the first 3 steps to take if you're replacing a beloved leader. The 4th step to take as you are finding yourself trying to make your own mark and build your own space after you're replacing a beloved leader is to celebrate incremental successes. So the team's not going to love you overnight. They're still kind of shopping a little bit. They're picking things, I like that, I don't like that, I like that, I don't like that. So whenever you get confirmation and connection in an incremental way, where somebody steps up and volunteers to do something with you, or when someone achieves a great goal that you have set, celebrate those incremental successes and those individual people that do that. So I think the secret to number 4, and here's what I'm trying to say. As leaders, let's not make it about us. It's super easy to get myopic and self-centered when we have a new job. It's all about me. But when the people see themselves in you, and you can make it about them, and you can shine the spotlight on them and what they're doing, that will build that bridge faster than anything. And you will be able to build your own relationships. Which takes me to the very last point. And that last point is, it's not going to happen with everybody all at the same time. There are going to be people who break out of the pack and decide they like you. And there are going to be some that decide they don't. And it's just going to be an evolution. So be willing to accept the one at a time relationships that come, and work hard to build and accept and love those one at a time relationships. And pretty soon that team is going to say, oh, this is one of the best coaches I have ever worked for. Or in Brandy's case, she's going to say, I love this horse. I think I can see myself riding this horse off into the sunset. It's hard to replace a beloved leader. It's hard to fit into a new culture. But I truly believe you can do it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Tales of Mountain Creek Ranch.